Hey everyone, this is a reading for all earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns for this full moon. So I'm just going to do 3 short little readings for each sign, see what messages are coming through for all of you. Take what works, leave what doesn't. The messages are for whoever needs to hear them. So let's begin with you, Taurus. What messages does the universe have for all of our Taurians out there, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this full moon? Full moon of March 2020. Someone's knocking at your door, Taurus. Alright, let's see. Overall energy for our Taurians for this full moon. Let's start there. Ooh, we get 2 cards come out. Ooh. Alright. We begin with the 4 of Wands reversed with the Knight of Cups reversed. So, the 4 of Wands, I mean, this is a, you know, you could quietly be seeing somebody. But this person, I'm going to tell you, this Knight of Cups, and it could be a water sign, could be a fire sign that you're dealing with. They are not committed. They're very detached. You know, it's like they want to offer you love, but they don't want to commit. You know, maybe you're seeing this person on the sly, but I'm going to tell you here, Taurus, this person is a player. And they're never going to give you what it is that you want. Stability, a home, especially if they're the Knight of Cups reversed, because emotionally they don't even want to commit. They're a love them and leave them kind of energy. So this full moon, you might really be looking at your person moving on. Out comes the Chariot with the Hierophant. So I think, Taurus, you need to really look at this, okay? You know, because this relationship, yeah, I think you feel like you have this real spiritual connection. But this Knight of Cups is always going to be on the move. They're never going to change. You know, so maybe they're in your spiritual circle. Maybe, you know, somebody in your congregation, your church. But I feel like it's time for you to really move on. I mean, you know, if you got the green light go to get out of this relationship, I would get out before it's too late. Because I think you as a Taurus, you're a fixed sign. You get very committed very quickly, you know. So, you know, mind, body, spirit, you're with them. But they're not going to reciprocate that. You know, this is somebody who I think you've known from the past. Maybe you feel like you have a past connection. But, you know, this is a cycle with you or with them. I mean, it's just, I just don't see it. Yeah. You know, so right now, I think you know that you have other options. But, you know, you're so disappointed because you wanted this to work with this person. I mean, you really wanted it to work. And it didn't. You know, so I feel like you need to move on because there are other options waiting for you. You know, so even though you feel let down, I think, you know, it's almost like there's a higher purpose for all of this to happen. Maybe you needed to meet this person for whatever reason. Maybe they needed to push you out of a block or something that you had. You know, for whatever reason, you connected. But now it's time, I think, to move on. And I think your spirit is ready to move on because you're ready for some change. And this is a very spiritual connection because we have the Hierophant and 2 sevens here. Oh, 3 sevens. You know, so this is a very spiritual connection you have with this person. So you can have a very spiritual connection with someone, but that doesn't mean you need to be, like, hooked up with them. You know what I mean? Because that just leaves you feeling very unstable. And I feel like there's a real imbalance between you and this person on a material world. I think when it comes to the spirit world, the 2 of you, like, you're right there on the same boat. But when you get grounded, the 2 of you are not on the same page. Because, like I said, somebody is not committed. And they're a player. They're a player. So, let's get a card of advice from another deck. Let's do the After Tarot. Alright, so what cards of advice do you have for our Taurus regarding this spread? For the full moon energies, Taurus, regarding this spread. For the full moon energies, dear universe. So I think you need to also see that you're not at a disadvantage. I think, you know, you're grounded. You got your shit together. You know what I mean? You know, so I think once you get moving, you're going to feel better. You know, right now it sucks to really see that, oh my God, this person isn't who I thought it was. So what advice do we have for our Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. King of Swords. Yeah, it's like the advice that comes out is you needing to make a decision. Okay? You know, here, you know, you move on. Because to stay is you're going to end up in a relationship where this person is going to be very difficult, very hard to please. Yeah, very demanding, you know, because it's like, you know, it's like when they show up, they expect you to be a certain way, you know, and I think you're done with that, you know, so you've got to feel it. I know that, you know, everything inside of you knows what you need to do next, that you need to move on, you know, because to stay in this relationship, you will be hurt, you know, and you know that. So it's better to take what you know now and feel the pain, because this guy's carrying some swords for you. So, I mean, I think this person's already hurt you, Taurus, and move on. Move on. All right, so that's what I've got for you. Let's move on to our Virgos. See what's going on for all Virgos for this full moon. What energies does the universe have for all of our Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs at this time? Messages for the greatest and highest good for all of our Virgos for this full moon, whatever it is. Some of you are feeling a little unstable. I mean, the full moon, you have to understand, is like a flashlight. It comes down and it shines light on an issue that needs to be dealt with. Now, we're also dealing with Mercury retrograde, so it wouldn't surprise me if, you know, these issues from a relationship or work or whatever are coming up from the past that need to be dealt with because they haven't been dealt with. Because they haven't been taken care of before. You know, because we don't like to address the things that we don't like. It's easy to do things we like, but to face those issues. All right, so talk about past lives. Ooh. Oh my gosh, too many cards here. I'm gonna let these out. All right, so let's talk about your relationship. Okay, because somebody, Virgo, wants out, you know. And I think this full moon, what's going to come out for you, Virgo, is that, you know, you really love this person. But there's been a lot of problems. You know, it's like you've gone through a lot of stuff together. But with the Hierophant reversed, it's almost as if one person, you know, wants to move on. They've been holding back and not saying what's really been bothering them. Because somebody's gotten very hurt in this relationship. Wounded warrior type of thing. So a message comes through. Because we have this Page of Wands. So I feel like something is said. Things have been very dry in your desert. Maybe there's, you know, things have been very difficult. See, I see somebody walking away. See, I think this dry in the desert, it's like the two of you, the relationship, at one time there was an awful lot of love, you know, but there's been a lot that has happened between you and them. Good, bad, ugly, a lot of different things have happened, you know, but finally there's a point where they gotta go, you know. It's like they've tried over and over again. And how many times do we continue to try to make a relationship work? Because somebody's ready to walk away here with this Eight of Cups. You know, they've been, you know, they're very unsettled, you know, because this person does not want to walk away. But they don't know what else to do, because I keep getting like there's always a lot of apologies. You know, they've been very guarded. They just hang on to themselves. You know, so I feel like, Virgo, you've been very, very solitary. You don't want to open up. And holding on to all of these emotions that you have and not letting them go, I feel like, you know, you're going to explode like a volcano. It's like somebody's, you know, all of a sudden going to be like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. You're always on guard. And you're looking for your happiness. You're looking for the happiness with this person, but it just doesn't seem to go anywhere, because I think one person in this relationship is, you know, they play the martyr. You know, it's like they give everything and you don't give anything. But there's a lot of passive aggressiveness between the two of you. And you end up feeling very alone, trying to keep everything balanced, even though you know what's coming. So I feel like there's like these waves of emotions. Like, you know, when it's good, it's really good. And when it's bad between the two of you, it's awful. Really bad. And I think somebody's really done. So there has to be a decision made about your future. I mean, you want to be hopeful with this person, but there is going to definitely be a decision here. You have the Lovers sits here in between the Two of Wands reverse sits between the Lovers and the Stars. I mean, it's like you guys are like the couple that's meant to be, and yet you guys can't make it work. You know, so it's like, how long are you going to continue? A decision has to be made, because, you know, you can't keep going like this. You've been so hopeful for so long. But now you're really looking at, you know, is this something that's going to just continue? Yeah, you're ready to heal, you know, and you want to feel that hope again. So there has to be a decision made between the two of you. It's like, are you guys going to really make it work? Because if you guys decide we're going to make it work, I think you have the ability to turn it around. But it is going to be a true effort on everybody's part. Because if not, they're going to walk. So I feel like you have one last chance, Virgo, with this person. And you know that. And it's like, you know how good it can be. But something has to change between you and this person. Something has to change. I feel like somebody's very closed off in their emotions. And already, I think there's an issue between the two of you. Somebody's very shut down, very closed. They got a lot of secrets. They don't know how to open up. They're on their own little island, you know, just kind of living their own world. You know, while the other person is waiting for, you know, the next thing to hit. So there's a real dysfunction here, and I think somebody ends up, you know, just really kind of going off in their own direction, sneaking away from trying to find their own happiness away from this person. So, you know, that's what happens in relationships, people. You know, it's like if you're together with somebody and the one person is just like, you just can't reach them, you can't reach them, they can't reach them. Eventually, you know, somebody goes and they find somebody they can confide in. You know, and they start to, you know, they find happiness in other directions. You know, because how long do you hang into it if it's not going to ever change? And I think there's a part of this Virgo who has hung in there a long time trying to make this work. But they're at the point where they're done. I'm sorry to say, they're done. All right. Let's move on to our Capricorns and see. Now remember, these energies are for this full moon. So this can be for the next couple weeks up into the new moon. I like to think so with the spread. So that you can have fresh new starts. But I think this is going to be a real focus for you, Virgo, that you guys really need to look at what is keeping somebody so shut down. That's given, you know, that they feel like this relationship has no hope, when I see that you honestly are like the power couple. You know, if there ever was an Empress. See, they feel very hopeless about the future. You know, so somebody, you've got to sit down and really talk this one out and make a final decision. This is, you know, that time for you at this point. Gotta deal with a little bit of reality there. All right, universe, what's going on for our Capricorns? For the energies of this full moon. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What's going on with our Cappies? Oh, Capricorns, what's going on? A little happiness, cheer coming your way. Maybe Leo. What's going on? All right, let's see. All right, Capricorns. Woo. So you're being very shut down. Emotionally, I think you're so taxed out. There could be somebody from a past that, you know, even though you love them, you've got to let it go. You've got to move on to something that you think, I think that you know is out there that's even better. But yeah, I feel like you're really shut down. And this is one that you don't really want to close this door. But you got to cut something out. Now, I have two queens down here. Whenever I see two queens, I have to think that there's two women. Whether this is sisters, lovers, friends. But there's two queens here. And I feel like there's somebody hasn't been talking to the other one. Somebody's been very shut down. I think that comes to an end here soon. There's that Sun card I saw for you earlier, Capricorn. All right, so things are changing for you. Definitely changing. Yeah, I think you're moving towards true happiness. You're in control. You're solid. You're grounded. But there is something that is left undone before you feel really good. Now, somebody hurt you. They love you, but they hurt you really bad. And I think it shut you down. But, you know, you have to close doors. You know, when things are left unsaid or undone, and, you know, and then you see each other in some circle, and then there's just a lot of tension. I feel like somebody needs to step up to the plate and just kind of like clear the air. And that's what this Queen of Swords is like. You know, look, I'm going to just, you know, have it out with you and just so that I can move on. Because there's some good stuff coming your way, Capricorn. I mean, it's like you are ready to like get rid of all of the toxic energy that's in your life. You're like, you're done. And this is one of those things that it's like residue. You have to close this door. So I think this full moon, you may meet this person or they might contact you on some level, you know, because I do get the feeling that they want to talk to you, but they don't know how to approach you. I think when it is, just be a little gentle. You can be a little harsh sometimes, so just be aware of that. I do keep getting this King of Wands energy around you, Capricorn. I can't help but feel like there is a fire sign. And here we have the Sun. We also have the Emperor here. And there's a lot of fire. So I feel like there's somebody's got their eye on you. Just saying. It keeps coming up, so I'm just going to say it for you. All right, so this person, they've been watching you for quite a while. And I feel like they're waiting for the right time, you know, to make you an offer. But they're afraid you're going to reject them. You know, so they're not, it's almost like before they actually approach you, they want to have, like, I guess they want to wow you right from the get-go. And that could be your King of Wands that I was seeing. Ooh, look at that. Let's see, we got a lot of cards to fill out, so let's look. I always like to look at all the cards that fall out within reason. All right, so I think you're moving towards everything you ever wanted, because here we have the Chariot, and the Empress sits right on top of this Chariot. You know, so it's time for you to get out of your head. I feel like you have been really, you know, like you have a story. And it's all about all of the pain and everything that's hurt you and what hasn't worked. You know, and you've tried and things still don't work out. So you end up being like this emotional mess. You know, and it's time for you to open up a little bit. And again, this Queen of Cups, I mean, there's a disconnect. I think they caused you a lot of harm. Move on. Get out of your head about it. Just move on. You know, because there is, you know, you are the Empress and there's an Emperor waiting here. And he's going to bring you everything you've ever wanted. I mean, your life is moving in a direction. I mean, just keep going. Just keep going, Capricorn, because this is a month, I think, that turns the corner. So close those doors with people that need to be closed. Get rid of all of the toxicity. Maybe some of you are really looking at some of your own habits. Maybe you're going to, because I see you like, I mean, you're turning into this remarkable human being, you know, with so much power, you know, because you're getting rid of all the crap. You're getting rid of all the crap. So, looks to me like you, Capricorn, are going to have a fabulous, fabulous March. And again, you know, this person, you know, whether it's your sister, whether it's a friend, your lover, whoever this other queen is, I think you might have to extend the olive branch. And if you do, you do. If it means, you know, turning this world around and ending this cycle and being done and moving on, then do it. You know, don't be so stubborn, because there's good things coming your way, and you will start to, there you are, the Queen of Wands. You know, so if you haven't been sleeping at night, you know, rest easy. Life is about to turn in a really positive direction. All right, that's what I've got for you. All my not my water signs, all my earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, that's terrific. Hit the like button. And if not, you know, stay tuned. I'll be throwing out some more readings here shortly. So until then, blessed be. Bye now.